My father, my family, my parents, really instilled in us that no matter what's going on around you, no matter who's in charge, no matter what the political climate is, you have to get up every day and you have to work. Good morning, everybody. I have dedicated my life to the poor. I certainly could say that I will always be connected in some way to the poor. I really believe that in the poor is where we find the richness of this life. My name is Father Mike Lopez. I'm the Dean of the Priory here of All Saints in Ridgewood, Queens. I'm a Benedictine monastic. I'm the Executive Director of the Hungry Monk Rescue Truck and Monkworx Corp., where we give ourselves to the work of food insecurity and serving the most vulnerable street populations in New York City. Guys, the truck is here. Hand trucks, please. Africano, for you. Papaya lechosa. It's the site of our weekly distribution. Today's Wednesday, starts off our week. We do 3 distributions a week out of this space. Prepared meals, pantry items, and also household goods and stuff for children and families. During my time in seminary with the Vincentian Fathers, I was stationed in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn at the parish of St. John the Baptist, where it really changed my perspective on what it meant, first and foremost, to be a Catholic, and then secondarily, what it meant to be a priest or somebody in ministry. I really learned that the job and the focus of the priesthood is to serve those who are most in need. Covenant Lutheran Church as a whole is an important space for us because they took our congregation in about 6 years ago when we were kicked out of another congregation for serving the poor. The community where we were serving, they felt that they didn't like the look or the smell of food pantry and homelessness, and they actually asked us to leave. So this space for us has been a sacred sanctuary, not only here in the actual physical sanctuary where we serve the liturgy, but the entire space and the entire community here at Covenant in Ridgewood, who took us in when we had no home. Let's go.
Take yogurt for your family, okay?
We have a lot of seniors, a large senior population that are very much in need, that is very food insecure.
Yeah.
Then working families that are working regular 9 to 5s and they can't make ends meet because of the current conditions in our country. There's a lot of different pockets of need that we try to meet. A week in total, we're averaging about 850 to 1,000 families. That's 3 times a week, and that doesn't include the prep meals. That just includes pantry. And the line is getting bigger every week. So I don't know.
You take this one again.
On the line. We actually started partnering with Rethink in 2017. After the founding, someone had reached out to me, and so we reached out, and we've been working together ever since. My relationship with Rethink as a whole, there's always been this really synchronized kind of relationship where we know that we can bounce off of each other and go back and forth and really come together for the greater good. Do you have any pumpkin leads?
Eating pumpkins or just decorative?
No,
pumpkins?
like decorative pumpkins.
Big ones, okay.
Not big ones, they could be sugar pumpkins. It could be any kind of pumpkins. Like a school called me up, NYPD had a thing going on and they lost, Home Depot was supposed to give it to them, they couldn't give it to them. I need pumpkins, I need restaurant, I need apples, I need food for God's people. Let's see what the line looks like. Doña, ¿cómo está usted? In 2017, we founded the Hungry Monk Rescue Truck, which started as a food truck initiative. We would take that food truck to vulnerable street populations and do sidewalk services where we would bring case management, food, and food pantry items to that community. We shortly realized after that working families were coming up to us at the same time and asking if they could too be recipients of this program. That pivoted into our food pantry right before the pandemic, our food pantry service here at the church. And then in 2019, one of our street partners, Arek Jasinski, he froze to death right here in the neighborhood of Ridgewood, and we were compelled to do something about that. So we took our team of volunteers, we invited those who were living in the streets of Ridgewood to come into our church and stay out of the cold. And that was the birth of Monkworx in 2019. Over the years, we've learned here that the best volunteers are those who formerly were participants of the food pantry operation as recipients who have then decided to become volunteers. And so there's a great, I think, honor and a great wisdom in having those who have been served now becoming those who serve others. A large base of our volunteer population historically, particularly during the pandemic crisis of COVID-19, were the same men who live in our homeless programming. They stood up to the plate and they decided that as they were recipients of the goodness of God, that they wanted to be the goodness of God for others. I really believe as a Benedictine, where our logo, our ethos is ora et labora, work and pray. Those things come together and they complement one another. So we've learned to allow the space for growth. We really believe in the dignity of work for our brothers and sisters, particularly those who have been forgotten by the greater society, to give them opportunities to work and serve and love others. How are you? All bien? What's most important for us is to continue to meet the need of those in our community. We have been able to sustain the work, the good work of our hands and feet, giving so much of our time, talent, and treasure to our community. And I think looking forward into the future is just continued sustainability. That's the word I'd like to use, where we're able to sustain the work that we already have been doing all this time, continue to serve the needs of our community, and continue to move, not only here in our local community, but throughout the city of New York, the greatest city in the world, continue to just partner up with amazing organizations like Rethink,
Let's go.
And all of the other CBOs that we work with to make sure that the need is met when it is needed. And I hope that I do a good job at that.